Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. Real quick shout out to all the members that are there on the screen. Go check them out. Go give them a like, subscribe, show them some love and support. Also, if this video gets over 250 likes, I shall continue the series. Thank you all for the support. Let's hit 20,000 subscribers, and I will talk to you all later. After the death of Son Goku and the defeat of Cell, Gohan was left as the sole protector of Earth. Now, of course, we had Vegeta on the side. 7 years have passed now. Gohan had still the same mindset, as he did slack off his training. He was more of a bookworm than anything else. Now, Gohan would still do the Great Saiyaman, the Golden Warrior, and he would still meet Videl, and she would kind of figure out very quickly that Gohan, of course, was the Golden Warrior, cutting into the Great Saiyaman. Most of the events would happen the exact same. But of course, with Gohan training with Goten, with them all meeting up, Goku would still get the one day from Baba to where he can see all his family and friends just for one last time, as it was only a one last thing. Of course, everybody was happy to see him. Vegeta was excited to see Goku because he can finally get his rematch. Now, of course, they would draw and Vegeta would still be put against Goku. Most of the matches would happen the exact same, as everybody else is relatively the same strength here, with like Goten and Trunks. They're all pretty much the same. Now, of course, Android 18 would still get with Krillin. That wouldn't realistically change. So, not much would really change that much. So, going into the fact that the thing that we all want to see is Supreme Kai would still appear. And because of this, Supreme Kai would still basically know about, of course, Beto and them, and the fact that they're going to take Gohan's energy. Now, Videl would still be beaten brutally by that being, and Gohan would snap. Now, this, I believe, is where Gohan would showcase Super Saiyan 4, as he hasn't accessed his form in a long time, but I feel like he would be able to access it in the Rage. So, Gohan, after a long transformation, would showcase his form, and his power was astounding. As the Majin soldiers, of course, Supreme Kai would still be able to conceal him, I would think so. But in this what if, since Gohan is so much more powerful here, even though he slacked off training, he's far stronger than anything else. It would only work for a few seconds, but then Gohan would break out of it. So they would only have a very small amount of energy, but they would be able to escape. But that would be plenty of energy. But now during this time, it would be pretty much enough to almost revive Buu. Supreme Kai would calm everybody down, and he would pretty much bring everybody, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, would then all go to file and find Babidi. This is when Supreme Kai would then explain everything about Babidi. Pretty much the exact same events would happen, with them, of course, fighting Yakon, and of course, the Pui. And of course, this is when Babidi, running out of options, would send Deborah out to go fight Gohan. But the main issue was, of course, Vegeta. Vegeta was no different than he was. You couldn't even argue he had more malice in his heart because of how humiliated he got. But, of course, he wanted to fight Goku. That's all he cared about, was fighting Kakarot. Babidi would still be able to take over his mind. Thus, this would make Vegeta turn Super Saiyan and be given the Majin power. Of course, his only thing is he wants to fight Goku. So, of course, after blowing up half of the tournament area, they would then fly off to begin their battle. Gohan here would then go off to go fight Deborah, but since his energy was sapped out, Gohan actually cannot access Super Saiyan 4 like he could. Now, hear me out as to why. The reason why is because Gohan only accessed Super Saiyan 4 because he was so enraged. Remember, Gohan hadn't turned to a Super Saiyan 4 in years, and he slacked off training. Super Saiyan 4 is a big strain on your body to even access it. So Gohan cannot access Super Saiyan 4 currently. as it's too much strain on his body. He just had his energy taken, and he just does not have the anger to do it. So that's the reason why. So when he fights Deborah, he can only go up to Super Saiyan 1. Even though Gohan is a lot more stronger than the original, him and Deborah would roughly be about equal power, so they would be on an equal footing going back and forth. Now the main fight would be Goku and Vegeta. Goku here would then turn into a Super Saiyan, as Vegeta was surprised that he would even use his power. Well, Goku figured out because his son had it, and it's kind of a bit better because it's kind of easier to gauge power. That would be something that Goku would do. He would probably have Super Saiyan, but nothing further than that. And Vegeta would actually showcase Super Saiyan 2, which Goku didn't even know that there was a Super Saiyan 2. That was really impressive. And he thinks, well, maybe I can access that too down the line. But wow, okay, there was actually an ascended level to that form. Cool. But Vegeta states that, oh, stop your BSing with me. Show me your true power. Show me the Super Saiyan power, the true power. Goku, of course, Vegeta told him to. Goku would turn into a Super Saiyan 4. And this is when Vegeta would have a great big grin on his face, as he would say that he's been waiting for this time for so long to surpass Kakarot. That's all he's cared about. And he would transform into a Super Saiyan 4. Now you could say that the tail was hidden in the suit the entire time. It's possible. Vegeta now accomplished his dream. He became a Super Saiyan 4. Goku was surprised and asked how. And he's like, well, your son Gohan kind of spilled the beans on how it really was. And it's simple. I already had the Super Saiyan power, and I already can control my great ape state. I just needed a tail. So a quick wish with the Dragon Balls, and I got what I wanted. And now I have the power to surpass you. So the two would begin their battle, seeming evenly matched, as Vegeta trained even harder than Goku did in the other world. And of course, most of the fighting would pretty much be the exact same, with them being completely even. But Vegeta knows that this is just not, the real thing. He had to use a power-up to surpass Goku, or to even be in the same realm as him. Now, of course, this is when Babidi would try to take over his mind more, didn't work out. Now, Gohan fighting Deborah, because of this, Majin Buu would be born really quickly, so they wouldn't fight as long. Now, because of this, Majin Buu would still kill Gohan. Or so we thought he did, remember? Majin Buu would still kill Deborah fully, turning him into candy and eating him. He quote-unquote killed Gohan in the Massive Beam, but Kibito Kai saved him. Now, of course, going into the fact that Goku and Vegeta would stop each other, Goku would explain that, hey, Vegeta, look, we can go fight him easily now together, and we can beat him no problem. Now, Vegeta doesn't think that way, as he says, fine, give me a Senzu Bean. He would still knock Goku out. Now, because of this, he would go fight Majin Buu on his own, as he's the reason why that creature was probably spawned anyway. Now, Vegeta was completely exhausted for fighting Goku, but of course, with the Senzu Bean, he's back up to full strength. So Vegeta would go fight this Majin Buu creature. Now, of course, his sons were watching alongside Piccolo. Vegeta would have little chance to take, Buu would have not much of a chance. The factor is that, of course, Majin Buu is powerful. But even a Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the Buu Saga could have defeated him. But this is a stronger Vegeta with Super Saiyan 4. So Majin Buu doesn't have much of a chance. Vegeta be mopping the floor with him. What is saving Majin Buu is his healing ability. As Majin Buu is a strange creature, he can heal any attack. But of course, Majin Buu was desperate. As what else was he gonna do? Vegeta would then fire an attack and it would blow Majin Buu to pieces. But the issue is that, well, it's not working. This creature can heal. He says, fine, whatever. I'll just get a big enough attack and completely obliterate this monster. But unknowing to Vegeta, Majin Buu prepped for this moment, as a piece of goo on the floor fell on Vegeta and it absorbed him, as Buu absorbed Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And what we have is a monstrosity. A Super Saiyan 4 Majin Buu. Now, this being was vastly more intelligent and beyond stronger too. He made the likes of Buuhan look a lot less powerful. This version of Buu is even stronger than Vegito. Super Saiyan Vegito, that is. Now, this is a problem, As now Majin Buu at this point, though he wasn't necessarily evil, he still had Vegeta in him, which still gave him that pride. This version of Majin Buu, he just wanted to fight, which is the same thing he wanted to do beforehand. But he's not as destructive and evil. He's just still, you know, kind of goofy-ish, but he still has the Vegeta in him, and he wants to completely just fight the strongest beings. Now, that being said, Majin Buu here would completely obliterate Babidi, as he sees him as a nuisance, as that's the Vegeta within him hating Babidi in general. So because of this, he would actually spare Piccolo, Trunks, and Goten. Because of that Vegeta within him, they don't have anything. He doesn't even think of their waste of his time. He wants to fight Kakarot. He wants to fight a being or something so strong that can give him the thrill of his life that he wants. Now, of course, he would then just fly off and still turn people into candy and eat them for fun. As he's bored, Goku would still awaken and be kind of irritated that Vegeta knocked him out. He would meet up with Piccolo and the others, and they would explain what happened. As Goku would sigh to himself and say, "It's my fault. I allowed Vegeta to just knock me out and I dropped my guard, and now because of this, this being can absorb people? This is not good. What are we gonna do?" And now because of this, Goku would go meet this creature. Now Goku does have a trump card, but he knows that if he uses this power would send him back to the other world very quickly. He wants to use it smart, as he could go back to the other world and then he's screwed. There's nothing else that he can do. But the Supreme Kai would find him and tell him that we have something for you. They would bring Goku and showcase that Gohan was training with the quote-unquote sword. But now, of course, the Rozi's sword was kept up on the mountain. Gohan would have been able to pull the sword out a lot easier too and train with it. I feel like, would the sword break though and they were messing with it? I feel like not currently, as they didn't have time to mess with it. Now, the other thing is Goku does know about the fusion dance and the fact that, well, we could maybe fuse Gohan, but I would have to drop my power a little bit because of that. And Gohan thinks, wait a minute, I have an idea. So Gohan would get his dad's clothes and they would go find this Bujita. Maybe let's call him that. Comment down below what this being's name would be. Buu absorbing Vegeta. Bujita? Buita? Vegeta Buu? Anyway, Goku and Gohan would then appear. As then, of course, Bujita, or Majin Buu, was very excited to see them, as he's been wanting to have a second shot, and of course fighting him. He has Vegeta's memories after all. Goku would then explain to Gohan before they even left about what the fusion dance is, and Goku would ask this Majin Buu creature, say, hey, I can give you a super powerful fighter. If you just give us a second to do what we need to do, trust me, you will not be let down. Of course, Majin Buu would say that he hates waiting, but fine. They have 1 minute before he's gonna start attacking. So Goku would then quickly explain to Gohan, okay, Gohan, let's do this quickly. We gotta go now. So because of this, Goku and Gohan would then begin the fusion dance, and they would fuse perfectly, as Gohan is more attentive and listens more than Vegeta, and they're also a better height too, so I just want to say that might be easier. Goku and Gohan would then fuse into a Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Now, how powerful is this fusion? Well, dear Lord, it is insanely powerful, far powerful than the Majin Buu creature here. As of course, the fusion would give him the same humiliation that he gave the likes of Omega Shenron. As Majin Buu had no chance against them, even though they were kind of humiliating him, as both father and son, they get cocky and get overconfident. They would handle Buu no issue, and they would then charge up a final Kamehameha, a massive beam attack, to end it. But the fusion time, as you guys remember, is very short for Super Saiyan 4. It would run out. Majin Buu was furious about the fact that he almost died and the fighter's gone. He would then put the beat down on Goku and mainly Gohan too, because he wants to save Goku for later so he can really suffer and torture him. But now Goku here would tell his son that they don't have enough time and he has to use this power. It'll take away his time to be away from his family, but he has no choice. Goku would then tell the Majin Buu creature, I have something for you, but I don't know if it'll work and it might kill me. Well, even though he's already dead, but it might kill me again, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I've only been able to do it once. As Goku would then begin charging up his power, his eyes would go from yellow to red. As he would even grow a little bit bigger, his power was skyrocketing to new lengths that no one's ever seen before. As Goku, his hair would turn white, and Goku's hair would grow longer, he would transform into a Super Saiyan 5. But to them, you could say that maybe this is Primal Saiyan 2, maybe you can say this is the evolved Super Saiyan, or whatever they want to call it. But now, of course, Goku's power level was terrifying in the state. Goku would waste no time, as he knows he has very short time left. He would waste no time and put the beat down on Majin Buu. Now, the only difference here is that he knows that Vegeta is within him. But he knows that he can't really go in there because he'll probably die. Yeah, remember, there's not much of a choice here. And he knows that this is what Vegeta wants. Vegeta would rather die than be held captive by somebody. Goku would then charge up a full power Kamehameha and appear right in front of the Majin creature and fire it full blast, killing it completely. This would also kill Majin Buu, of course the Grand Supreme Kai, and mainly Vegeta, as Vegeta would just teleport in hell anyway. Now you could argue that maybe they could let him slide on it, or probably not. Now Vegeta would probably still keep his body maybe for sacrificing himself against Buu, but that's probably about it. He'll probably just be left in hell though. Of course, just they're not very nice. But now because of this, Goku would start fading away, as he would tell his son to contact the Supreme Kai. He'll try and get him so he can meet Gohan and they can meet back up. As then Goku would disappear, going back to the other world. Now because of this, Goku, I feel like, could still go to the Supreme Kai world, or it doesn't matter. Supreme Kai can go anywhere he wants. Supreme Kai would meet up with Goku and bring Gohan there, and they would go to the Supreme Kai world. I'm gonna just say that Goku can, because it's still in the other world theoretically. So I'm gonna just say that Supreme Kai can either push past that boundary, or the factor of is that he can just do that because it's a Supreme Kai and it's what if plot. So because of this, Gohan, of course, feels saddened, but they would use the Dragon Balls to wish everybody back that was killed. Because remember, Piccolo and them was never turned into stone either by Deborah, so they're okay. So they would use the Dragon Balls to wish everybody back that was killed by Majin Buu and the whole incident. As everybody was brought back, everything was okay. Goku would then tell Gohan, look, I cannot go back to Earth anymore. I can't. Dragon Balls, nothing. Of course, he knows he can, but they're not going to let him. And Bob only brought me back for the one day. Why don't you finish your training here with the Supreme Kai and Kibito, as they can make you far stronger than even I am, son. And maybe you can access the same power that I had, as it's possible. And I can try and teach you how to do it. So when you go back to Earth, you will become the strongest being and you can protect your friends against beings like this, because you're the new planet protector now. Of course, Gohan understands. He knows he has to take his training seriously now. He tells his dad that he slacked off. He got too lazy thinking that peace was restored, but he'll never let that happen again. He knows that anything could happen, and if it wasn't for his father, then the whole planet would have been gone. And it's his fault. He should have been ready. His father didn't need to carry a burden, even though he's already gone as is. He's done enough. But Goku was proud of his son. Now, Goku, of course, would train with Gohan and all them, but then Gohan would then test out the sword and break the Z sword, thus summoning Elder Kai. After the, meeting and seeing Elder Kai, Goku punching him in the face, Elder Kai asking for a beautiful woman, Elder Kai would then look at Gohan and tell him that I can unlock your potential, boy, and make you truly powerful, because your training is already pretty much finished, but I can push your potential further, so when you do train, you will have a power like you've never seen before. Now, of course, Gohan would do this, as this is his final training lesson. Elder Kai would begin dancing, as Goku would ask Supreme Kai, saying, hey, I don't really know how to get back from this Supreme Kai world yet. Now, this version of Goku does have instant transmission. He did not get it from going to Yardrat, as remember, they skipped that, but he did learn it from other Yardrats who passed away in the other world. I feel like it's very possible, and that wouldn't be too much up for debate, as there's so many dead people in the other world. He learned the fusion dance from Forgotten Race. I feel like he could maybe learn, instant transmission. It's 7 years. It's very plausible. So Goku would travel around other worlds, see his old buddies again. Pikkon, who's training hard, that's his training buddy and his ally. Goku would then travel down to Hell. Now, of course, you could argue that the likes of Cell and Frieza are down there, but that's besides the point. He would find Vegeta. Now, what was Vegeta doing? Oh, Vegeta was torturing Frieza and Cell, as Vegeta, even in Super Saiyan 4, was dominating them in the fight and easily defeating them. Now, of course, they can't die because they're already dead, so what are you gonna do? But of course, Vegeta just did it because he can, and it also made him feel better. Him and Goku would have a pretty interesting conversation. Vegeta would apologize in his own way for what he did. Remember, they can watch everything from the Mystic Ball. He saw Kakarot's form. It infuriated him that he held that form back. But what else is he gonna do? And he would even admit to Goku that you are the best, you're number one. And I understand and respect that. But don't think that just because I'm locked up in Hell, that I'll find a way out, and I'll find an even stronger form than that one. Goku would then laugh at himself, as Goku would state, well, we can actually get the Dragon Balls, as we are going to wish you back, Vegeta, so you can be with your wife and kid. And Vegeta would then thank Goku for that. Even after all Vegeta did, Goku would still do that to him. Even after he attacked him, attacked his friends, and did that, Goku's like, Vegeta, you're a good guy. You just went through a hard time. I understand that. And I'm sorry for holding back against you. But I knew that if I used that power, it would have completely destroyed my time. And then Majin Buu would have killed everybody. I'm sorry. Well, then how about me and you have a little one-on-one right now? While we're all waiting here, right? Then Goku would smirk at Vegeta, and the two would begin the final battle to decide who is the actual strongest. Now, far off in the distance of the universe, Lord Beerus was sleeping, as soon he would start to stir and begin having dreams of a legendary Saiyan god who would give him the legendary fight that he's been wanting. Now, that is it for this. What if you guys? Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support of this series. I really do appreciate it. You guys are going to be blown away by the Battle of Gods and seeing how far they're going to push this Super Saiyan 4 power. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers. And if you also did not see the new membership video, Goku has crossed over into the One Punch Man universe, and he'll be helping the heroes take down monsters and facing Saitama against God, Cosmic Garo, and more. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. If you want to check it out, come join the Mega Dragon Force. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all later.